Welcome back. We will now use Power BI to do some basic charts. So when you open it, you will see something like this, which has a Canva here. So this is like a blank page to us to put in our visualizations. And we have filters here, but for now, let us hide this filter pane by clicking the arrow here. And we can enlarge slightly our visualization pane and also the field panes so that we can see clearer on what we have here. Now let's start with a simple one. Let's look at the attrition flag distribution. Let's click on this. Okay, so now this blank square appears in our canvas here with a small little table, but there is no values here. So let's enlarge it and try to put in our visualization. Say start with pie chart. So click on the pie chart, but still nothing here. Why? Once you click the pie chart, this pane here changes. It has legend, attrition flag, but the details, values, tooltips, everything is nothing. So in order to add the pie chart, we must have values. So what should be our values? We drag the attrition flag again to values. Now it automatically gives us the count of the attrition flag, which is exactly what we want. But you may think that, oh, this is quite small. It's too small already. I can't see clearly. And maybe you think that, oh, this color is not not the ones I like. I want to change color. What should we do? So instead of being at the field pane here, let us select another one, this tab, which is the format tab. Click on it. And here are a few formattings that we can choose from. Let's start with the colors first. So let's say I want the attrited customers to send out using some brighter colors. I can click on it and select, let's say the orange again. Alright, so good to go. Maybe you say that, oh, this detail here is too small, I can't see clearly. So we'll go to edit labels. This is called the labels. We can choose from label styles, data value, percent of total, or if you want it to show category, which is existing and attrited, then it will be redundant already because here we have the attrition flag. So you can look around here which one you like. I would choose all detail labels. So we have existing customer, how many numbers and how many percentage, and as well as the attrited customers. So the color, you may change it. Display units auto, just let it be auto. So here, text size, let us increase it so that we can see clearer. Okay, good to go. 18 is cool for me. You can change the font family also and label position. You can try with this label position, put it inside or outside, preferred inside, preferred outside. You can change it. Alright, so now I'll remain it as outside to be clearer. So since I have existing customer here already, so I would turn off the legend. So this is the legend, so I'll turn it off because I have the labels here already. We don't need redundant information. But anyway, it's up to you. So the next thing, maybe you would like to change the title. So here, title is on and you can change it by keying in your text. Let's say I would like to say distribution of attrition flag. Okay, good to go. So this is page 1. You may rename it as pie chart. Let's open another blank one. We'll do the same thing, but this time let us change this to a bar chart. So open a new one. And this time, let's select the bar chart. You can use this stacked column or you can use clustered column. It doesn't matter because now I'm just going to do one bar for existing customer and another bar for a treated customer, only one variable. So it doesn't matter whether you select the stacked one or the clustered one. So let's say I'll select the stacked one, and this is a blank bar chart as usual. We can enlarge it. So I'll drag attrition flag to exist and also to values. Again, the same thing, we have the count of attrition flag. If you wish to see the percentage instead of count, let us do another one. We can repeat the same thing by clicking on attrition flag and click on stacked column chart again and drag the attrition flag to values again. But this time, instead of count, we can select show values as percent of grand total. So our legend here will be changed to percentage. So we can change the names to bar chart. Now let's say we would like to see another variables distribution on top of this attrition flag. Let's pick another categorical data, say gender. We pick one of the charts here. Let's say I choose the first one, left hand side, so that this fields area appears. Okay, we can't do this without clicking on a specific chart. So we click on one of the charts and you will see this part appear. So now we pull gender to legend. So now we will have the legend for gender, where the light color, light blue, refers to F and dark blue refers to M, male. So now we have the stack bar chart for genders by attrition flag. Just now we selected the stacked bar chart. So why not we change to clustered bar chart to see what's the difference. So we select this, and you can see that this stacked column chart is actually selected already, but this time we change to the fourth chart, which is the clustered column chart. Click it and it will seem nothing changes. But when we drag gender to legend, so here's the difference. Just now on stacked bar chart, the two categories are stacked together on the same bars, but this time they are displayed side by side. Let's open a new page and we'll see some of the quantitative data. Let's start with the discrete one, which is customers' age. And as you can see here, it is summarized as sum, but seems like it is quite meaningless to be in sum, so we click on don't summarize. And this summation symbol will disappear. We click on customer's age. So let's say we also want to display it in bar chart. So select the stack column chart and we can enlarge it. So as usual, nothing shows up because we haven't dropped our values. So again, the same thing, drop our customer's age to values. It will be count of customer's age, which is exactly what we want. So you can see the whole distribution here. And then let's say we want to see a second variable. Again, we use our attrition flag. So we drag the attrition flag to legend here. So it's just about the same with just now. So we go to formatting and let's do some formatting. For example, x-axis. We change the name at here, axis title. Now it is auto, which follows our field name, the column name. But maybe we don't want it to have underscore, so customer age. Okay, and let's do the same for y-axis. Instead of count of customer age, we can just put count. And then the chart title here looks a bit awkward because it says count of customer age by customer age and attrition flag. So it's quite not correct. So let's go to title and we can say distribution by attrition flag, or any title that you think can express the meaning that you want to show here. So I'll put in this way. One more thing is the color. Let's also change the colors to the treated customer orange. It looks nicer now. Let us open a new page and let's do something with the continuous data. Say this one, total transaction amount, and I have already changed this to don't summarize. So again, we take this and we select the stacked bar chart, enlarge it, and we drag this total transaction amount to values. So it shows something quite awful here. It's very hard to see, right? It seems very blur. It's not clear. So what can we do here? What happened to this? This is because it is treated as discrete data. So we are going to group it like what we did in the last video in Microsoft Excel. So we are going to group it. Here in Power BI, we need to go to here, click on the total transaction amount field and right click, and we select new group. Now this window shows up, which is group, and we have our name. You can change a name here. For example, change to group of total transaction amount, but I'll just leave it as it is. And we can indicate the bin size, which is the size. For example, 0 to 10 is 10, 0 to 100 is 100. So let us put 100 here. You can try different numbers to see how the graph would change, and press OK. So now a new field with this symbol appears. So let us untick the total transaction amount just now and tick this new one instead. And don't forget to drag these to values. Well, good to go. We have something nicer than just now. It is clearer than just now, right? So same thing. If I want to show the attrition flag, I can drag this to legend so that it has the stack, which is similar to what we have just now. And again, we can change colors, change the labels, x-axis labels, titles, and so on. Let us open another new page and we will do a scatter plot. Scatter plot is for numeric data. And here we are going to see some continuous data, okay? And let's choose the total transaction amount and also the total transaction credit. Make sure that we don't summarize this thing. So this is now a summation. So let's change this to don't summarize before we do anything. This is very important. So now click on a scatter chart to open one, and we can enlarge it, leave some space at the right hand side. Now we can drag to x-axis and total transaction amount to y-axis. So this is a basic scatter plot with all the data points on it. All the transaction count versus the transaction amount of each user. So do we want to add more information on it? I would like to see the distribution of attrited customers and also existing customer on this scatter plot. So let us drag our attrition flag to legend. So it will now change to be having two colors. Again, let us change the colors so that it would be more obvious. Again, I'll change the attrited customers to orange. We are done. Now, we can see some special distributions here where the attrited customers are all here, while these people seems like very loyal. They are still our existing customer. When the total transaction count is high, The total transaction amount is also high, which is reasonable. But this group of people who seems to be using a lot of our credit card service with large transaction amounts, they are not so likely to be treated. Maybe we can check more on the reasons in further analysis. Now I'm thinking to add something more in this page here. So let's click outside the chart. Don't click on the chart. We'll click outside here. And let's start with a slicer. This slicer works as a filter. So click on it. And it automatically fills up the blank space here. And we are going to make it smaller so that later we can put something else here. And what do we going to filter here? Let's say we start with attrition flag. So drag this attrition flag to the field here. And it will now show options for us to choose a treated customer. So we can click on it and it will focus on only the treated customers. The scales will also change. And if you want to deselect, you just click back on the same selection and it will go back to the original one. So now let's look at some formatting here. I don't want slicer header, this small title here. I'll turn it off. Instead, I'll put title. So turn it on and I'll give the title a name called filter. And you can do other formatting such as selection controls, allow single select or not, allow multiple select or not, or do you want select all options to show? Can choose. General. Here the orientation we can change to horizontal and it will show something quite nice. I like this arrangement. It is larger. And this is the position. We can actually just drag instead of changing the figures here. It is the position on the page here, so we don't need to touch it. And what else we can do, like background, borders. Let's say now I want to display a borders. So when you click somewhere else, this filter will have a border. Let us add some more information in text. So we'll add cards here to display some numeric information. For example, the total number of customers or average or something like that. So we click on this card. Make sure you are clicking on a blank space first before you click a new element. So I'll select card and make it smaller. So let's say I want to display how many customers in total. So I'll add attrition flag here, drop it down, and it shows some text which is not what we want. So I'll click on this drop down menu and then we choose count. So now since there is no filter applied, so it is showing the total number of all the customers here. Instead of displaying count of attrition flag, which sounds not so nice, we can go to formatting and change the displays here. And I won't turn on this categorical label, which is the text just now, and instead we go to title and turn it on. So the title text will be number of customers. Enter. When we apply filters, let's say treated customers, then it will change to the number of treated customers within our data sets here. So as if we choose existing customers. Okay, click on it to deselect the filter. So we can add two more cards to display the average of y-axis, which is the total transaction amount, as well as the x-axis. So add two more cards here. And now add another one. So for the first one, let us drag the total transaction amount to the fields. And instead of the count, because by default it gives us count, we can change it to sum or average. Let's put average. Okay, so this is the average of total transaction amount. And we do the same thing for this. The last thing to share with you is when we mouse over to the data points, even in pie charts or bar charts. When we mouse over, we can see this black color thing. We call it a tool tip. So this tool tip gives us information about our charts.